allegiance in a moment of silence, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. All right. Favorite part of the meeting, presentations. We'll start off with the Montville Marbles, and we'll start with Montville High School, please.
Thank you. I'm going to start with Kristen Rawlinson. Could you come up here and join me, please? Okay, Kristen Rawlinson is the chair of our school council department, and we are proud to recognize her as a Montville Marble this month. Kristen's unwavering dedication, organization excellence, and commitment to student success was clearly evident this year during the PSAT and SAT administration and course selections. Thanks to her meticulous attention to detail, meaningful planning, testing days went off without a hitch, providing a calm, structured environment for both students and staff. Beyond that, Kristen played a critical role in guiding students through their course selection, helping them make informed choices that align with their goals and aspirations. Her behind-the-scenes efforts often go unlooked, but her impact is felt throughout the school community. Kristen's work exemplifies the professionalism, care, and excellence we value at Montville High School. Kristen, congratulations. All right, I'd next like to invite up Jada Chung. It is with great pride we recognize Jada Chung as this month's Montville Marble. A standout senior at Montville High School, Jada has left an indelible mark on our athletic program and school community through her talent, dedication, and academic excellence. This year, Jada set the all-time basketball scoring record at Montville High School with an incredible 1,512 career points, a milestone achievement that reflects years of hard work, leadership, and dedication on the court. Her accomplishments this year span across multiple sports. She was named ECC All-Star and ECC Scholar Athlete in girls soccer, as well as ECC All-Star in girls basketball. Jada was also selected to the prestigious Connecticut Girls Coaches Association Academic All-State Team, honoring her excellence both on the field and in the classroom. Jada's record success extends throughout the high school career. She's earned 3 ECC All-Stars selections in girls soccer, 3 ECC All-Star selections in girls basketball, 1-time All-State honor in girls soccer, 2 offensive MVP awards in basketball, 1 overall MVP team award in girls basketball. Jada is an embodiment of what it means to be a Montville Marble, hardworking, driven, team-oriented, and committed to excellence in all areas of student life. We are proud to celebrate today. We're proud to celebrate her today and thank her for her legacy she leaves behind in Montville High School. Jada is also currently ranked 6th in her class.
Wow.
Okay, before we go on, we do have one more. It's not on the agenda, but I want to invite David and Greg up here to help me with this one. Okay. She's not going to be very happy, so we left her off the agenda on purpose, but I think it's long overdue that we invite Amanda Brown up here to be recognized as a Montville Marble. I'll just start. I wrote down a few things. We are proud to recognize Amanda Brown as a Montville Marble. As a secondary supervisor of special education, Amanda already holds a vital and demanding role, but this year she went above and beyond by also taking on the district level responsibilities of the director of special education during a critical time of need. Each of these roles is challenging on its own. Amanda has managed both with incredible grace, professionalism, and effectiveness. Her leadership has ensured continuity of services, support for staff, and most importantly, high-quality care for our students. Earlier in the year, I was talking with Diane, and I just said, for what it's worth, I believe there are 2 people in this district that are irreplaceable, and Amanda Brown is one of them. Yeah.
superintendent that I worked with used to say that the answer is only a phone call away, and don't be afraid to call. And I feel like that's what I can do with you at any point. I just pick up the phone, you answer, and you always give good advice. And if you don't have the answer, you're quick to give me the answer I need. So thank you for that. Always.
Thank you.
I can't top that.
All right.
All right.
I'm up, right?
Yes, you are.
All right.
Campus, please.
All right. It's my privilege to introduce Braden Riley. Braden. So Braden is a junior who came to the Palmer program directly from Tile. He's being honored tonight as a Montville Marvel due to his efforts at Waterford Country School, as well as his improved commitment to his academics. I asked teachers to share some thoughts on Braden, and one teacher said that Braden has always been a standout at Waterford Country School, which she should be proud of. However, the thing that this teacher is most impressed with is watching you show what you are capable of in the classroom. Another teacher said that you take extraordinary steps this year towards developing skills necessary to be a successful adult, that your level of maturity has increased significantly, allowing your creativity and personality to shine, and that you're a pleasure to have in class. A third teacher said that you've improved remarkably in the short time that this person has had you in class. He has you for 3 different classes, and that you show definite growth in maturity, in work ethic, participation in class, and just a whole school community as a whole. And he said, even though it's a small thing, you may have been the first student who called him by name, and instead of the generic Mr. or teacher, and that was something that he found very important as it showed acceptance of a new teacher in the school community. So that was pretty incredible. Your science teacher added that you ask excellent questions in class, and your real life knowledge about topics really helped the science class out. So she said science class is better because of your participation. We keep going on. Another teacher said that you have true commitment to your values and personal growth, that you've taken actions that have led you closer to your goals, and you've accepted difficult feedback and immediately put the expectations and strategies discussed into practice. 2 other teachers worked together to share that you've come a very long way in your 3 years that you've been at Palmer, that you've improved your grades this quarter as a result of your hard work and engagement in school, that you bring a lot of knowledge and insight into classroom discussion, as well as being an avid participant at Waterford Country School, that you thrive with hands-on assignments and projects, and you will put forth tremendous effort in fixing anything that is broken if you feel like it can be repaired. Your case manager added that at Waterford Country School, you are the first student to volunteer, especially for the toughest tasks, things like mending fences or expanding the foundation of a barn, that you always put your all into whatever needs to be done on the farm. And since the beginning of the 2nd semester, this person has seen you start to shine, or to start to bring that determination and personality into the classroom, that you love to share your passions for things like models, cars, video games, music, engines, and building just about anything, right? And that you're now not only passing your classes, but you're also making all A's and B's. You're recognizing when you're struggling, you're learning how to communicate with staff, and that you're a sensitive, kind, and hardworking young man. Every teacher who has you in class, every single teacher shared something. That's why it's so long. Every single teacher. So I want everybody to know too, we just finalized grades for the 3rd quarter. Braden has made the honor roll for the first time in his high school career. So congratulations.
I'd like to invite Alice Brewer, Riley Evans, and Skylar Orelski up. I'm really excited to just talk about these 3 amazing students at Tile.
that did, in their minds, a small act that had the most profound impact on one of their peers and really our whole school culture and community. Without giving them too much, intimate details, there is a peer that was having a difficult time, and we know middle school can be a difficult time for students. It's something involving an appearance, a physical appearance, which can be very, very tough. And these three, on their own, decided to get together and put together a care package with their own money. They asked to go to the store, and they put together a care package for the student. And didn't tell anyone they were doing it. They just brought it in because they're good kids with great parents who were raised right and understand the importance of just being kind, which is something we really try to stress. That student completely has shifted and walks around the halls of Tile now, as prideful as can be, has been accepted, and it's just a really heartwarming thing to see. Kids at this age understand the importance of really not being selfish, not worrying about just themselves, worrying about other people. And these three are just model students that we could not be any more proud of. So just this small act has had the biggest impact for an individual. And it's really been life-altering when you really look at where she started and now where she's at. And no one told them to do that. My understanding, the parents weren't even really aware that they were doing it. They just got together on their own. So when when this community is raising kids that do that on their own and just thinking of that, we're doing something right, and they just deserve to get recognized as Montville Marvels. I'm really proud to be your principal. So Skylar, Riley, and Alice, thank you guys for being such great citizens of Tile. We really appreciate your work. So for that, you guys are Montville Marvels.
And Riley? Okay.
Take a nice picture with it. I'll take a good picture. You guys take a picture with it.
Do you need another picture?
Of course.
Here's Skylar.
Why don't you stand this way? Look
Like,
that way.
like
so everyone can see.
stand next to you. There we go.
I think you got the wrong one.
You do, you got the wrong.
Yeah. You got the wrong one.
Oh, yeah. We'll put that one down. We're doing great. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Good job.
Montville Marvels, very nice part of our board meeting. It's my favorite, actually. And congratulations to all of you. At this time, we will be going into our regular board meeting. You're all welcome to stay, or you're welcome to leave at this moment. No, you can't leave.
Glad you're having a night.
Beautiful girls.
All right, anyway, we'll move on to our agendas for this evening. Any alterations to the agenda? Okay, hearing none. Citizens' comments regarding agenda items only, please. Any citizens' comments regarding agenda items? Just one more time, any citizens' comments regarding agenda items? Hearing none. Letters and communications?
I have none.
All right, thank you. Approval of the consent calendar.
Second.
All right, any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none? Thank you. And then we'll go right to the budget update. And John, what can you tell us?
Well, we're still waiting to hear from the mayor's office and the town council on their recommendation for next year's operating budget. As you know, we've adopted an operating budget that goes up 4.5%. We're hoping that that's what is agreed to and that we wouldn't have to make any changes to that. But we'll have the answer to that, I would think, in the next week or so, where we stand.
Okay. Tell me about the server,
Server in
business department.
with the, what you approved for
Yeah.
the.
Yeah, please, I'm sorry.
Tyler Technology.
Sorry, last meeting we approved to update the server in the business department out of the 2% account. I apologize.
So, the vendor, if I could call them that, Tyler Technologies, they provide the software. And as you know, that sits on our server, and the approval was to move that to the cloud like most softwares today, with many advantages to that. Last week, we met with Tyler personnel who were in the area. We talked with them. We had questions about how the installation would work, given that it's the middle of the school year, what would happen, how much of our time would be needed, personnel spent, and making sure that we could, once we signed up, that we would be able to deliver. We wanted to know more exactly what they expected us to do. And we got those answers. I wish it involved a little more hands-on assistance from Tyler, but we will, essentially what will happen is once our data is moved up into the cloud, then we will conduct some processes for testing the data in a sample environment to make sure everything works. Once we've done that, we would check things like payrolls and purchase orders and connections and all approval paths, things like that. Once we determine that everything's working, then we would tell them we're ready to go live. So we had an internal meeting ourselves today, and we have a plan in place that would make things go live by July 1st. That's our plan. As everybody knows, this is a very busy time for school administrators, especially in a business office in June, as the fiscal year ends June 30th, the new one starts. But we're confident in our plan, and I think you'll start to see parts of that in the next few days, or certainly in the next week. Start to happen. So
Excellent,
we're
thank
on
you.
track.
Excellent, that's good to hear.
Yep.
Any questions for John? All right, thank you very much. All right, new business. Set date of June 4th, 2025 to recognize 2024-2025 retiree teachers. Superintendent?
Yes, well, hopefully June 4th works for everyone. As a reminder, we usually start off at central office around 8:30, and then we go and visit the retirees. So as of now, we have 4 retirees, and I welcome all of you to join me as we go and send them off into retirement.
We're looking at the day of the week.
It's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday, yeah. Does that work currently for the board?
Yep.
Yeah.
Tina,
You said that we did central office at 8:30.
does that work for you on Wednesday? Okay. Wow.
I think so.
Okay, all
You're
right.
free?
All right,
I think I'm free.
that was simple. All right, thank you. All right, a little long-winded, but I'm going to read it. Pursuant to Connecticut General Statute, Section 10-215F, the Montville Board of Education certifies that all food items offered for sale to students in the schools under its jurisdiction and not exempted from the Connecticut nutrition standards published by the Connecticut State Department of Education will comply with the Connecticut nutrition standards during the period of July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2026. This certification shall include all food offered for sale to students separately from reimbursable meals at all times and from all sources, including but not limited to school stores, vending machines, school cafeterias, culinary programs, and any fundraising activities on school premises sponsored by the school or non-school organizations and groups. Superintendent?
Compliance with the healthy food certification is required of all public schools that participate in the National School Lunch Program. Each public school must certify annually with the Connecticut State Department of Education by July 1st, whether they will or will not comply with the Connecticut nutrition standards. Complying with this certification allows us to get extra funding, so we always do.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
So moved.
Second. Okay, any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? Hearing none, motion approved. Thank you, board. Thank you. The Montville Board of Education will allow the sale to students of food items that do not meet the Connecticut nutrition standards, provided that the following conditions are met. 1, the sale is in connection with an event occurring after the end of the regular school day or on the weekend. 2, the sale is at the school of the event. And 3, the food items are not sold from a vending machine or school store. An event is an occurrence that involves more than just a regularly scheduled practice, meeting, or extracurricular activity. For example, soccer games, school plays, interscholastic debates are events, but soccer practices, play rehearsals, and debate team meetings are not. The regular school day is the period from midnight before to 30 minutes after the end of the official school day. Location means where the event is being held and must be the same place as the food sales. Superintendent.
Foods that do not meet the Connecticut nutrition standards can be sold to students on school premises if the Board of Education votes to allow exemptions and those 3 conditions that I just mentioned are met. It allows groups to raise money for the teams.
All right, we have a motion?
So moved.
Second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, thank you, board. Consideration and action to authorize the superintendent to apply for inter-district cooperative and state and federal grants for educational programs.
Okay, this is standard language that we adopt every year. This empowers us to submit applications like the security grant, HVAC grant, title grants, IDA, et cetera, without board approval for each and every application.
So moved. Second.
Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Authorized, passes, thank you. Consideration and action to set the 2025-2026 tuition rates as follows, and I will let the superintendent explain.
I'm going to pass this over to John.
All right.
So in the event that we have any non-residents who attend our schools, they come on a tuition basis, and we reset those tuitions every year as our costs go up so that we can capture any additional costs that are incurred because of this. And what you have in front of you are the recommended rates for next year. They've been increased by the amount of our budget increase, 4.49% over the amounts that currently are in place.
I'll make the motion.
Second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Thank you. Passes. All right. Let's see. Committee and liaison reports. Policy.
Oh, no meeting this one.
Thank you. Education evaluation.
No meeting.
Thank you. Communication. No meeting. Montville Education Foundation.
Yes, they met yesterday. They are working up the golf tournament. There's also going to be skybox sales for Keith Urban. And if anybody wants in on those, they should jump on them because there's not very many tickets available. Just saying. And their assessment is that it will sell out without anybody needing to do much work on that. And thank you to the tribe for helping us with that, because that is a nice thing that they do that people don't realize. And so thank you for that. We did actually have a quorum, even though we had only 4 people at the meeting, which brings me to, we need some more people on the Montville Education Foundation, because we've had 2 people who have resigned. And as you know, one of their big fundraisers is the golf tournament, and it takes some work to put this stuff together. And right now, we don't have as many people as would be useful to get that work done. So if people are so moved to join that group, they'd be welcome. But also, talk to your friends. If there's somebody who would like to do a little something extra for the community, this is a great opportunity for them. And the other thing, of course, is that we're in another grant cycle. While our investments are, shall we say, declined somewhat, we do have money at Dime as well that is not invested. And so there will be grant money available. So far, we don't have any applications. So if people would like to get those applications in, that would be really useful. And that's my report.
Thank you. Learn.
I actually have a meeting, board meeting Thursday.
Did I read something about the dry cleaners in Learn?
Hmm?
Shallot's Dry Cleaners on Montauk?
No, I don't know anything about that.
Something about the dry cleaners in,
I know they were
I'm not
doing
making it up.
environmental studies on that in Harbor School, I think.
yeah, I thought it had something to do with where, but anyhow, just,
Neither one of those that's Town of New London.
all right. Cabe, NSBA? No, okay.
It was actually at the NSBA conference that's why I couldn't go to the meeting. And it was a good conference. I do have the handouts on my emails. I can email to any board member that wants them. One was on special education budgeting and where the trends are going for it. And the other one was exceptional leadership between the board and the superintendent and ideas for that. So if anybody wants that, just shoot me an email and I'll send you the PowerPoints back.
Thank you. Monthly Youth Service Bureau.
Meeting is this Thursday.
Okay. By yourself tonight.
It's okay. So I have, beginning on March 5th, the class of 2026 started a raffle ticket fundraiser to help our class raise money for events like our junior prom, senior prom, and our senior outing. We have raised about $5,000 over a 4-week period, which I thought was really impressive for our class within that type of time frame. And the contents of some of the raffle tickets were 2 Kane Brown concert tickets, 1 night accommodation at Mohegan Sun, as well as a $100 gift card to Tuscany. We were also offered 2 free jumps and races at Supercharged and a movie night raffle basket. And if we sold 5 tickets, we also earned a free prom ticket. And if you sold 10, then you got one for a +1, someone else you could bring to prom, which I thought was really great. And overall, I think the fundraiser was very successful and definitely accumulated a lot of participation. There was one student in my class who sold like 96 tickets. I thought it was insane. And I also think that the level of the participation in the fundraiser was really representative of how much our students care to not only make their personal high school experience better, but for others too, so we can have all these exciting things. Another thing that I have is that Friday, on April 4th, the MHS music program took students to West Hartford and Middletown to participate in musical workshops and team bonding activities. Our rock performance program specifically worked with professional gig artists to learn chord progressions so that they could improve their own work as well as collaborate with MHS choirs. And they also got to experience recording demos in professional recording studios, which is awesome. At MHS, we have 4 rock bands, and each of them got to record 2 of their own demos. And then another exciting thing coming up is the Read Across America field trip, which is where students from MHS will visit elementary schools and have a children's book prepared with a lot of fun activities that goes along with it, which I think is always really nice because you get to interact with all the kids and make it a really special time. So that's all I have.
Excellent. Sounds like a busy time. Excellent. Thank you. Principals?
I'll just go real quick because I'm just going to expand on Tiana's report there. The rock performances were really impressive. It was a real nice opportunity for them to get into a real recording studio and record their own demos. They came out really, really great. The music teacher shared them with the school, and it was a real positive experience for them. And just, beyond that, I know we are approaching spring break, but we are really in the end game of things. When we come back from spring break, we got a lot of work to do. We have AP testing, we have all of our end of the year stuff, award ceremonies, proms. It's going to be a busy final stretch for us.
And our unified prom is the Friday after vacation, if anyone wants to come.
I spoke about it last week.
I know, that's just my reminder.
Just wanted the board to know, we worked out June 11th, Wednesday, June 11th as Palmer's graduation. It will be held here at the auditorium, which we've done the last couple of years. I think we've decided not to risk any weather and just had to take advantage of Rob's hospitality and the comfort of the auditorium. And I just had a quick story to tell you, just to share how incredible our district works together through difficult times. A couple of Fridays ago, I started my day off with texts from Willie and from Diane telling me that they weren't really sure what was going on with Palmer, but they were pretty sure we had power. They weren't really sure what else was going on. So I got to work. We discovered we had some electronic device that had malfunctioned. The alarm was going off. It was pretty chaotic. Rob was really helpful just in reaching out and seeing if I need anything, because we had no email, we had no internet, we had no phones. The way our copiers meant to work now, you can't even badge in. No Google Classroom, smart boards, obviously anything on a Friday. So I'm greeting all my teachers as they're coming in saying, hey, it's great to see you. Really, really great to see you. I hope you got some special trick up your sleeve, because we've got nothing at your availability, not even the copy machine. And they were like, no problem, we got you, we'll figure out something, blah, blah, blah. And Nick and Patrick Brown were there before the school day even started, put their heads together, and literally about 2 or 3 minutes before we were opening up the door, they had fixed everything. So it was a whirlwind of chaos, but just the teachers were great and just taking things in stride. But support from a fellow administrator, from central office, and then from IT, just getting the job done. So just normal Friday, I guess.
I have a few things. So in true middle fashion, our band visited Mohegan today, and they're going to Oakdale, and then they have they're going to visit Murphy and perform, just promoting our music department. 5th grade is coming to Tile to do tours and kind of get acclimated to and do an assembly, kind of get acclimated to the school. MHS was down this week to do course registration for our 8th graders, so we got that knocked out. Our STEM teacher, Joanne Dixon, was recently awarded a Fun for Teachers fellowship, so she'll be going to Ireland and Iceland to study mindfulness and AI in the classroom and bring that back to our students, which is pretty amazing. She'll be doing that this summer. Jess and I want to thank Andrea and Diane for allowing us to attend the Connecticut Association of Schools Leadership Conference last week. It's something that we attend annually. It's a tremendous conference. There's a lot of different staff that attend, and we get to pick different breakout sessions to go to. Some of those breakout sessions were on restorative practice, which we're bringing back to help lower our suspension rates and suspension numbers, how to improve math scores, especially post-COVID, and attendance, breaking down the accountability index, which is our kind of report card with the state. It was just a phenomenal 2-day conference that we got a lot out of, so we want to thank them. Being out of the building for 2 days, our building was just fine without us, which is a good sign, right, I guess, without us. And then this week marks National Assistant Principal Appreciation Week, and Jess is here tonight, and I just want to thank her for all her work, and I know Ken, Rob would feel the same way with Ken. We're really, really fortunate to have our assistant principals. Their work is kind of like the unsung work because they do absolutely everything, and they do such a great job. But Jess is just an amazing asset to Tile with her positivity, building up the culture and climate, but the scheduling, the testing. It's just, she does everything. She's just phenomenal. So I want to give a shout out to Jess.
At least Rob gave Ken the way off.
I need Jess.
I could start, just speak on behalf of speaking with the 2 other elementary principals that, as Rob was saying, we are moving into testing season. So, certifying our staff in the administration of the tests, I know is happening in all 3 buildings this week. Just working out the schedule and just planning for a smooth process. And then the end of the year dates, we're trying to get all the calendars scheduled. The trips to Tile, we try to pull all the 5th graders together in district, and they do an activity day. So just lots of end of the year planning going on at the elementary level.
Thank you. Did we miss the National Junior Honor Society break?
That's going to be April 25th, Friday night, 5 o'clock. It'll be a quick hour ceremony. It's going to be a really nice ceremony.
That's a nice one.
Yeah, Jen's going to be sending out formal invitations, but we'll be doing that on April 25th. Our promotion will be June 12th. We're going to bring it back to the front of Tile. We have a really large class this year, so we're going to try to avoid the gym if we can. If it rains, it will be inside. But we have over 200 8th graders being promoted, so we're going to look to do it outside of the front entryway, which Tile used to do for a long time. I know my promotion when I was a Tile student was in the front, so we're going to bring that back. And we're looking forward to that.
Thank you. All right. Assistant Superintendent.
Okay. We had our Safe School Climate Committee meeting. The purpose of the Safe School Climate Plan is to provide a safe learning environment for all students. We met last week to discuss the upcoming changes in the law that states the term bullying will be replaced with challenging behaviors. This is reflective of current research on the detrimental effects of labeling children as bullies. We also discussed recent trends as we are seeing across the district. Many of the incidents can be summed up, quote unquote, mean behavior, but there are some with some racial undertones. So we will continue to monitor this. These incidences are happening in the school, but some of them are also happening on the bus in a few cases. We will meet again before the end of the year to update this list if there are any and to make any recommendations to our overall plan.
Thank you. Superintendent?
Yes, I did hear today there's like 38 days left of school, which is amazing. Like, I think that's accurate. I'm going to hold on to hope it is. But on April 4th, we received notice from the United States Department of Education that they issued a request that state education agencies certify that they are in compliance with Title VI and anti-discrimination obligations in order to continue to receive federal funding. And as you may have read in the day, they ran an article entitled, "Connecticut Schools Must Eliminate Illegal DEI Practices Within 10 Days." Most districts are now doing an audit of their policies to see if there is anything that needs to be tweaked, and we're awaiting more guidance from the state and our attorneys. So I just wanted to update you on that. It was a little misleading in terms of the deadline, because today we received an update that the state actually has until April 24th to submit their certifications. Today at 4 o'clock, we received an email saying that Thursday at 10:30, there will be a meeting to discuss the new ARP-ESSER liquidation extension process. And as you know, That's another grant process that impacted Montville. John's going to be attending to gather more information for us and to determine next steps. Carol shared some of this, but the Montville Education Foundation just sent out the news that they are accepting applications for new grants. This went out district-wide, and in addition, they also announced the year's 16th annual golf tournament, which will be held on Monday, August 11th at the Norwich Golf Course. At one point in time, we discussed this as a board, saying, you know, if there's any way that we can also go and contribute back to them, as they bring a lot of money and support to the teachers of the district, and it's really greatly appreciated. And finally, we have a new social worker intern that our friend Barbara Larkert sent our way, and her name is Miranda. We have been using her at central office in the short term before I have her go and help schools, but she's been helping us with the meal debt. She's calling families, offering support, educating them about the free and reduced lunch process application, and helping them. In the 2 weeks she's been here, she has collected $987 from families, which supports the schools. Amazing, amazing work, and I think having somebody call and just spend time with them because she's able to goes a long way. So we're really excited about that. Oh, let me just also share, as we got through this agenda pretty quickly, but I do want to share with everybody, we did have a pre-meeting where we met as our building committee to discuss the HVAC, and we met at 5:30 during that time. We just pulled it out of the Board of Ed meeting so that one of our consultants can join us.
Thank you. Citizens' comments. Any citizens' comments? Yes.
I wrote an email to you guys, and you said that there were no emails or communications, so just looking for some clarity on that one. The superintendent wrote me back,
Yes.
so I know it went out.
Right, you specifically asked.
You too.
Private.
Will, yeah, but I thought we would know my name, sure. Video,
Oh, okay,
great.
I misunderstood. I just kept it private.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Okay.
I can speak to it though.
Yeah, you can speak to it. I thought you wanted to keep it.
No, I
That's
want
fine.
the subject matter addressed big time.
Got it, understand, thank you.
Yes.
Go.
So you're talking about the immigration?
Well, yeah, and just the threat of ongoing budget cuts every
Yeah.
day.
Yep. So, sure.
Okay.
So let me first,
Hour.
with the immigration policy, as a district, we do have a plan put in place should ICE come to our doors and need to come in and talk to any students or whatnot. So I want to be clear that principals and our SSOs will answer and greet anybody at the door, at which time they notify me. I reach out to our attorneys for guidance, because depending on what they issue determines the next steps. So they've been very clear about that, and it's pretty much the same guidance that every district is participating in. And then in terms of all the funding, I think we're talking about the fear of Title I, Title II, Title III, Title IV, and IDA being eliminated, which has been the threat. So there is no new guidance on that, where we sit on the edge of our seat, as I tried to express to you today in my report, that we're getting, I got 2 different emails today, one at 11-ish and one at 4 o'clock about different grants. So we're all waiting to hear. A lot of it is up to the state to navigate. So what happens is, when the education department is looking for answers, they're not necessarily looking for answers from Montville, they're looking for answers from the state that reflects Montville and Norwich and Stonington and every district around. So we've been told to sit by if they should reach out to us to be able to answer any requests to show, you know, that we're complying with the things that they're expecting. So no new information. Some folks say that Title I is going to be okay through October. Others say that they're already starting to talk about sending out the grants for the 25-26 school year. So we're constantly getting conflicting information. So that is the best that I can share as it relates to the title grants that I think you were speaking to. Yeah?
Yeah. Thank you.
Is there anything else that I missed?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Thank you. Any other citizens' comments? Hearing none, go around. Erica? Bonnie? Carol? Bob?
Oh,
Tim?
I missed the last meeting, or last regular meeting due to illness, but I noticed that graduation is June 13th at Dodge Stadium.
Yes.
Is that rain or shine?
Well, if it rains, it will still be that date, but it will be back at the high school in the auditorium.
Oh, me?
Tina, yes.
Congratulations to the Yukon women.
You did a great job. The only comment I have is I think what was discussed tonight about finances and what the superintendent just talked about is that it's very important for the town and the board to understand how important our request this year is for the 4.49 increase to our Board of Education budget. There's a lot of things out there that are unknown. We don't build contingencies, but this is obviously a time where there's uncertainty, and as the superintendent says, we'll address it accordingly when we get to that point. Otherwise, we're going to do business as normal, and I think the superintendent and staff do a great job executing day to day. I want to talk about Saturday. I watched a girls lacrosse game. It was cold out there. It was rainy. I was thinking to myself, just in a matter of days, this whole complex is going to be torn up, right? The whole thing's going to be all torn up, and there's going to be all kinds of equipment, and the track's going to be new, and the field's going to be new, and I think that's very exciting. It was exciting when we did our tennis courts. I went by the other day on my way home from work, and there was like the tennis courts were just swamped with kids having a great time. So a lot of good things going on in Montville. And hope everybody has a pleasant evening, and you should be happy. We're done in 46 minutes.
That's called efficiency.
Efficiency. Any future agenda items, board? Hearing none, a motion to adjourn, please.
No,
Second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Meeting adjourned. Thank you.